Cherrie Atilano is the founding farmer, CEO, and president of Agrea Agricultural Systems International Incorporated, a for-purpose and inclusive business that is creating the first replicable, one island economy that is zero hunger, zero waste, and zero insufficiency through the ecology of dignity approach. Agrea aims to help eradicate poverty for farming and fishing families in order to alleviate the effects of climate change and establish food security in the Philippines. Cherrie started teaching farmers at the early age of 12 and has 25 years of experience in sustainable food systems. She graduated magna cum laude at the Visayas State University with a BS in agriculture, major in horticulture, specializing in tissue culture. Cherrie is a recipient of national and global awards such as Young Business Leader of Asia and New Zealand in 2015, Australia as an Emerging Leader in 2016, the Outstanding Women in Nation Service Award in 2016, Inspiring Filipino Entrepreneur in 2017, and so many more. Cherrie also led Agrea in winning the UN Global Compact, the Global Responsible Business Award 2017 for Agricultural Excellence, and the fourth ASEAN Rural Poverty Eradication Leadership Awards in 2019. She is a multi-awarded entrepreneur and influencer for Filipino farmers and is being recognized by the UN and the World Economic Forum for her views and work towards achieving the SDGs. She studied food systems at the Wageningen University in the Netherlands and completed executive education on sustainable business and public policy and global leadership at the Stanford University and Harvard Kennedy School. She believes that Filipino farmers are world-class and is known for her statement that farming is indeed sexy. Ladies and gentlemen, here to talk about women's impact towards the food systems transformation, let's welcome Cherrie Atilano.
Good day, everyone. I'm Cherrie Atilano, the CEO and the founding farmer of Agrea Agricultural Systems International Inc., also the Executive Director of Agrea Foundation. I also work as a United Nations Ambassador for Food Security and Nutrition all over the world. First and foremost, I really want to thank Apple Manansala for this invitation and for recognition and the tireless support to empower women in Global Women Who Rule. And congratulations to all the other 21 amazing women who are actually recognized for this endeavor. So I'm so pleased, delighted, and humble enough to say that to share my stories among 22 amazing stories this afternoon is such an amazing experience. At the same time, a privilege to inspire not only the Filipinos but also globally. So maraming salamat po, Miss Apple, for this opportunity, and to the new channel, a team, for really making this happen. I apologize, I cannot be there in person for this event. It's because I'm stuck here in Siargao. I am here in this very wonderful island in the Philippines because we are doing a lot of work for women in the agriculture sector, both farming and fishing. And I'm so excited to be there today. Unfortunately, force majeure, it's a low pressure area and my plane was actually canceled. But I'm there in spirit and I'm sending you this message with all my heart's delight that hopefully it will inspire a lot of people. So how did I start? I actually started my journey a very young age. I grew up in a sugarcane farm in Negros Occidental, the sugarlandia of the Philippines. The moment you get into Negros, it's all sugar left and right, and all hectares of land of sugarcane. But one trivia, I never used sugar since I was 15 years old. It's my little activism because the sugar industry before was quite oppressive. And time and time again, hopefully, I'm getting a lot of positive efforts to actually change the sugar industry, especially on the children and the young people in the sugarcane farms and the workers in the sugarcane farms. So when I was 11, I read a book about biointensive gardening. It's called Big. And the book says if you're poor, 100% of your income goes to food. 70% goes to rice. Hindi yan kain pag walang kanin, especially we are Filipinos, we are Asian. And 30% goes to your ulam. So that's what you partner in rice. There's no budget for clothing. There's no more budget for housing. And the book also recommends that if you know how to plant vegetables around your house, you will save 30%. And that saving is still income. So if you know how to plant tomatoes, eggplant, okra, kangkong outside your house, you can harvest them, you can put them on top of your rice. Kung sa mga Bisaya pa, imong i-partner sa ginamos or uyap, so or bagoong in Tagalog, that's already a good meal. So at 11, I was so fascinated why this book is like for me a solution of hunger, not only in the Philippines but in my own community in Negros, in the sugarcane farm where there's so much land but it's only planted with sugar. So I went home and I asked my mom for a gift. I asked my mom a gift to give me a bike for my birthday. It's because we had no money at that time. My mom was a single mom. I'm the youngest of 5 children, and my mom said, why do I need to give you a bike? A bike is quite expensive, and you need to give me a reason to buy you a bike, and what are you going to do? So actually that was like my first business pitch to my mom. I said I really want to help people and train people in sari-sari stores to learn how to plant vegetables. So to make this story short, I was training farmers in sugarcane farm on weekends where they are drinking vino colafo or cuatro cantos in sari-sari stores, and I was helping to teach them basic vegetable gardening and composting with my sister. And after that, with so much pressure from the family that I got a scholarship in university. A lot of them, they asked me to be a lawyer, they asked me to be a doctor, they asked me to be a newscaster, actually. And I said, I really want to be a farmer. I want to be in the agriculture sector, because you need a lawyer if you only have criminal cases. You need a farmer 3 times a day, then you need a doctor. You only need a doctor if you're sick. So I said, I really want to go in the sector where I feel I can contribute so much, where I feel so near and close to my heart, and where I feel that I'm needed the most. So at all 16, I left home in Negros. I rode a bus, crossed the sea from Negros to Cebu, rode a bus again to city of Cebu, and crossed the sea from Cebu to Leyte. So in Leyte, I studied in Visayas State University as a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, major in horticulture, specialized in tissue culture, so I'm a tissue culturist, and a minor in agricultural economics and horticulture landscaping. So because of that, in university, I was exposed to so many technologies in agriculture. I was mesmerized on how much we can do to better change and transform the agriculture industry. So my 4 years of stay in the university was really wonderful. I happened to establish the first urban farm or a dorm farm in the dormitory where I stayed, because when I was studying, I was a scholar, but at the same time a working student. So I was selling, left and right, all kinds of stuff, from distributing Avon, Natasha, Sara Lee, selling vegetables to other dorms, or even selling shampoos and other stuff to different dorms. But at the same time, I was also a tutor to children of my professors, to just make sure I could finish university, because my mom had no money and I need to maintain my scholarship. But never in my imagination that I will forget what's in my heart. As I was in university, I always believe it is important to feed our mind and our brain, to be an intellect, to solve problems. We need to be skillful enough to learn technology so that we can do technology transfer to our farmers and to other people. But deep in my heart, my mom would always tell me that connecting the shortest distance between the brain and my heart is the most significant character of a woman. The shortest distance when I connect my brain and my heart, I can be more successful, I will be more significant, and I will be more relevant. So I need to feed my brain, but I also need to connect it to my heart so that I can do more. I can relate more to people. I can be more impactful as a human being. So in this journey in agriculture, I'm so lucky to actually worked in several industries in the Philippines. I was in the landscaping industry as my first job. If you happen to be enjoying Greenbelt in Makati or Bonifacio High Street or the BGC, Bonifacio Global City, and a little bit of New Valley in the south, I was able to help in the landscaping of those beautiful places in Manila. But after that, I said, why I do landscaping for the rich and for the people to enjoy, but it cannot be eaten. I'm here to really solve hunger and malnutrition in the Philippines and in the world. So I left my prestigious job in one of the biggest companies in the Philippines to really work with the farmers. So I volunteer in Gawad Kalinga in their food security program for 7 years. From establishing the Bayan Anihan, I was been part of a big team to do that until the Gawad Kalinga Enchanted Farm way back, where we definitely helped to establish different social enterprises. And after staying for 7 years in that endeavor and helping farmers, I was also teaching in Bilibid prison to establish farms inside the prison so that the prisoners can have food, herbs to cure their diseases. But more and more, as I journey, I said, I really need to start something for myself. And in 2014, I started Agrea with a couple of people who really believe in the vision of a one island economy. Agrea is two words, agriculture plus Mother Earth or Gaia, where how can we produce more with less? How can we produce more that it builds an ecology of dignity to every food producers, people in the supply chain, and our consumers? So those are the things that I was pondering about. And how can we bring back agricultural development and economic development to our countryside so that Filipinos will not leave the countryside, will not leave their provinces to come to Manila and seek for opportunities. Hence, Manila is extremely overpopulated. So our goal is in Agrea is to build this one island economy model. That's why I'm here in Siargao, because we're also trying to help the local government units in Siargao, other private sector in Siargao, together with communities of farmers and fishers. How do we transform the food systems of Siargao to be better? That this island with almost 500,000 tourists coming every year will not going to import 95% of their food in the future. But basically, the farmers in the island will grow and the neighboring islands, the mainland Mindanao will also grow. So these are the things that we do in the island, one island economy. We work with different islands like Marinduque, Siargao. We're expanding in Bohol. We're expanding more in Bangsamoro area in Mindanao, because we believe that they are the food basket of the Philippines. On the global context, as I work in the food security sector and nutrition sector as a UN ambassador, I also happen to sit on the board of Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition, where we work with 11 countries in Africa, in Asia Pacific, in solving severe malnutrition cases by really developing policies and social protection that their local governments and countries could adopt as solutions. In my work as an ambassador of a high-level ambassador of scaling up nutrition movement, we help in developing policies, financial recommendations, innovative financial systems and mechanisms to solve hunger and malnutrition in all its forms. So we work with 64 countries all over the world and 4 Indian states. And it fuels my soul, it fuels my spirit, because coming in our country, like for example, here in Siargao alone, we work with different farming communities, and every time I listen to their stories, every time I listen to the fishing communities, that sometimes, the population is growing, tourism is growing, economics is growing, But we should not leave our farmers and fishers behind, because I'm a strong believer that Filipino farmers and fishers are world class. I'm a strong believer that if we can solve our food security problem in the Philippines, we have 12 million hectares of underproductive land. So there's no rhyme nor reason that a Filipino would get hungry, that a Filipino would go home and just sleep hungry at night, that there are children, based on UNICEF, 95 children not reaching 5 years old are dying every single day in the Philippines. That no one is homeless, no one is hungry, no one is starving, and no one is malnourished. And what we do in my work in the UN, we're actually doing an economics situation where $1 investment to a child, especially in the first 1,000 days of a child, is actually a $16 savings in terms of economics of the child, because the cognitive development of a child in the first 1,000 days is solved. And if the child is very healthy, well nourished, his or her cognitive development is healthy, he can be a fruitful Filipino citizen and can definitely contribute back to our country. So something I really need to really share this with you, how you can contribute in changing and transforming the food systems of a country. The moment you eat every single day, the moment you bite your food every single day, hopefully you thank a farmer, you thank a fisher. So thank you so much for this invitation, Miss Apple, uh, your team, and all the women and men who are listening now, not only in the Philippines, but all over the world, that we are really, you know, on earth that is burning. And the solution is up to us on a daily basis to contribute to make solution. Because I do believe, my last word, we are the solutions of our own problem. The problem that we created, we are also the solution of it. Maraming salamat po. And please don't forget to always connect the shortest distance in life, the distance between your brain and your heart. Thank you.